Today I fucked up by rubbing what I thought was my girlfriend's clit. Exactly what the title says. I, 29M, did what every dude fear of doing. Rubbing your girlfriend's clit and finding out it is not her clit. Usually I'm great at finding it whenever we're going at it, but tonight was not my night. When things were getting hot and heavy, I slipped my fingers down there and did the usual. My girlfriend, 26F, asked what I was rubbing and I replied, your clit. And in confusion she replied, no, I'm not feeling anything. For a second I was thrown off because how is she not feeling what I was rubbing for the past 5 minutes? So I poked what I thought was her clit and asked, you mean this? And by doing that, whatever the fuck I poked, caused her to yell in pain, yes, that. It turned out that above her hood was this cyst that was the same size as her clit and that's what I was rubbing for the past 5 minutes. Huge mood killer for the both of us, and now she's upset that she has this weird pimple that she didn't know of until now. I tried to comfort her but she's not wanting to listen. Too long did not read. Rubbed what I thought was my GF's clit, turned out to be a big cyst above it. FML. Edit. Turned out to be an ingrown hair. No, I'm not posting it on popping you nasties. Edit 2. Since everyone is asking why she didn't feel it for a while, it wasn't that long of a time. Like maybe a minute when she noticed it. Anyways, thanks for the advice. Girlfriend is feeling better and it's just a laughable memory. Bro really said how may I assist you today? Could be an ingrown hair, that happened to me once. Freaked out for a right bit before I found out what it was though. They can range from tiny pimple-sized to gargantuan cyst-like bumps. That's rough, buddy. Please sir, cease and desist. Perhaps the real clit was the friends we made along the way. It's fair to say you rubbed her the wrong way? Today I fucked up by sending my wedding photos to an ex. Actually happened today. Got married a few weeks ago. A small affair, just us and 2 witnesses followed by a 3-day honeymoon to the coast. Decided to get some photos printed for a personalized frame we'd received as a gift from a relative. Measured the frame and selected some cheap prints to have delivered by a website. Had the email confirmation etc., all good. This morning I get an email saying the photos are with Royal Mail to be delivered to XXXXXX. I realize they've been mailed to an ex who I'd sent a photo to through the same website a few years prior. Her details had filled automatically. I've messaged her to tell her not to open them and just bin them, they were like £4, it doesn't matter. She's left me on read. Told my wife she's loving the mix-up. Friends think it's a power move. I'm just mortified. Too long did not read. Ordered wedding photo prints, had them mailed to my ex by default. Tell her not to open them and just bin them. Ex 100% she opens it. Honest mistake op. Hilarious, to be fair. If a friend of mine got wedding pictures from her ex accidentally, my cynical self would probably think that he is some petty loser that hasn't moved on from the breakup or something. But if op was my friend, I'd certainly love to take the piss out of him. Double down. Reorder them to the ex's address. Show your power. All this could have been yours. Gestures wildly at herself. TBH if I was the ex I would open them. Def power move, but it's a real red flag if she can't understand that. Dodged a bullet. Today I fucked up by trolling myself through a dream while I was sleeping. So, almost 9 years ago, when I was an 18-year-old lonely fuck, I met the girl of my dreams through a dream. Her name was Mariana, and I met her through a weird as fuck nightclub located in a distorted version of a local shopping mall in my city. The actual shopping mall exists IRL, but it doesn't have a weird as fuck nightclub, that's the dream version. 9 years ago, I had gone to that nightclub in the dream because I was lonely. I was dancing by myself, enjoying the music so much I actually began to be happy and forget my sad life. Suddenly, this random girl and I lock our eyes, and a rush of feelings came over me. I was in such a euphoric state of mind that I instantly went to her and talked. She was called Mariana. We had a lot in common, we both fell in love right there and then. I couldn't believe how good I was feeling, and she really liked me too. I felt this vibe over me like she was my soulmate. Gave her my phone number, as I didn't have my phone with me in my dream. Told her to message me, and that I had to leave since I was starting to wake up. Of course, I woke up right after. Like a little kid who hides dream candy below a mattress to see if they can find it IRL after waking up, I checked my phone. No message. I was heartbroken over a dream. 9 years ago. Over the years, I would have many dreams in which I was standing right outside the nightclub and could see her from far away, but as soon as I tried to enter, I would wake up. I'd always feel incredibly frustrated and heartbroken. Why wouldn't she message? The love felt incredibly real for a dream. Eventually, I stopped dreaming about it. Tonight, April 27, 2022, after almost a decade, I met her again in another dream. For some weird-ass reason, I had just escaped a slaughterhouse full of psychopath killers who had just stripped me naked and wanted me dead. The slaughterhouse was part of a distorted version of a local shopping mall, which was strangely familiar to me in layout for some reason. Running naked in a full-blown panic in the middle of a crowded shopping mall. I was looking for someplace to hide or steal some clothes or whatever, something to rid me of this panic. And that's when I find it. A very dark, familiar-looking nightclub where I could easily hide my nakedness. I had almost forgotten about what entering the nightclub meant to me. I entered, I sat in a dark corner, waiting for the panic to subdue. I look up. Mariana and a random dude were standing right in front of me. She and I looked at each other like we couldn't believe what we were seeing. Like two platonic lovers who met and never could get back together again. Incredibly, she had an extra shirt and pants in her purse and offered them to me. After dressing myself, I started talking to her, asking her why she didn't message me after waking up, 9 years ago. What happened? Did you know how much I missed you? The dude standing next to her told me to back off, as she was her girlfriend now. Mariana told him to go to the nightclub's entrance as she and I were long friends, who had to catch up. We talked a lot. She told me I gave her the wrong phone number, and she was heartbroken I never answered. We hugged, we even kissed. Her touch made me feel like I felt 9 years ago. Completely awe-struck. Like I had found my long-lost soulmate again. The girl of my dreams. Even though 27-year-old IRL me is a lot less lonely than my 18-year-old version. But I started to feel it. The draw to consciousness. I was beginning to wake up. I quickly told her my correct phone number. I'm waking up. You gotta add me and message me this time. Don't leave me. Interestingly enough, I was looking at her phone number when she was adding me. She already had me added and her contact list was almost full. The number I gave to her 9 years ago was the correct one. Weird, I thought. Probably some dumb-ass dream mind effect lol, so I hugged her for the last time. I told her I'd be back all nights right to this nightclub, in case she got my number wrong again. She told me the same. We were so obviously meant for each other it hurt. I ran from the nightclub. Entered a bathroom. As I feel the dream fading, and started to subconsciously pray she would message me after waking up, I meet an old friend in the bathroom. A friend that died 7 years ago IRL in a car accident. I hugged him. Told him everything. How I met this girl in the nightclub, who I met almost a decade before. How she broke my heart but it was a mistake. How I tried for years to meet with her again but couldn't. How we were meant for each other. His face turns from a smile to a concerned expression. Is she called Mariana? He asked. I was like, how did you know that? She is a well-known scammer bro. She loves breaking hearts. My friend says. You gotta move on. As I actually begin to wake up, my heart starts getting broken again. My world falls apart. My hope is undone. I finally realize it. This girl scams lonely idiots arriving from many dreams dreamt by many people in this nightclub. She baits them into believing her to be the one, then abandons them as they wake up. She brings an extra pair of clothes with her, just to have a conversation with naked dreamers. She had correctly added me 9 years ago and had a shitload of contacts getting emotionally scammed. She was in the middle of scamming a random dude when I had just met her. I woke up from this dream 2 hours ago, and my mind right now is a mix of disappointment and awe. I'm disappointed that the whole experience was an elaborate prank, but also astonished that my brain has the capacity to troll itself. I stood still in my bed for like 15 minutes trying to process what just happened. How my brain literally preyed on its own loneliness and pranked itself. Too long did not read. Met girl of my dreams through dream, she was a scammer. My own brain pranked me. Wow, what did I just read? I really just read that I should be working RN. Fuck. I've been seeing a girl named Mariana in my dreams too. She keeps asking for my bank account details. Thanks for the heads up. Bro. You need to make this into a movie or something. Call it Dream Girl, or something like that. Sometimes the greatest enemy is ourself. Creative writing. Today I fucked up by walking in on my grandmother masturbating. I have no one else to tell this to but want to get it out of my head lol. So this morning I, 19 female, Decided to be a good grandchild and go visit my grandmother, 86, as she lives alone. I have a key to her house, so I just let myself in. Upon entering, I see that she hasn't gotten up yet, so I walk down the hall to her room. I opened her bedroom door and say, "Hey grandem," but immediately notice that she is going at it. We lock eyes and just stare at each other for what felt like forever before I awkwardly turn around and walk out of the room. Once I shut the door, I could hear her throw something behind the bed, LMAO. I just stood in the hallway in disbelief until she called my name to come back into the room. All she said was, "How you doing, baby?" Behind her I could see the cord to something hanging from her headboard. I'm pretty sure she was using the fucking curling iron. Why does shit like this happen to me? Edit. Since y'all are on my neck, guess IK what to get Granny for Mother's Day. Edit 2. Also I'm an idiot for not knocking, but she is usually just laying in bed. Today, she decided to flip the script on me. Too long did not read. Walked in on my grandmother rubbing one out. "Why grandma, what big toys you have." A nurse in a relative's nursing home told me once that sex drive was the last thing to go in most older people. Why does shit like this happen to me? Because you walk into people's bedrooms with knocking. Only grands. Now you have a whole new type of ideas for birthday and Christmas presents. Sis. That wasn't a curling iron. That was a Hitachi magic wand. Grandma apparently takes this shit serious, laughing my ass off. Good for her.